Hello and welcome. We are getting ourselves live, and it is going to be what should be a pretty interesting game here for this Esea Premier match. We do have Team Singularity, the Danish side, going to be taking on Fate Esports, the Bulgarians, and quite a lot of storied players on that Fate side. Obviously, you got the likes of Rocking and Caliber and Raftu, who are names that most people probably know. While Singularity SMF has been having some really sick performances for the Singularity side. They did lose to Forza yesterday, but on the CT side of Train, they might be able to get themselves a nice old round here on the pistol as Iceberg. He picks up the opening, but there's an instant trade from that Fate side. Iceberg, he's trying to find whatever he can through the smoke. And there's a lovely kill on towards Rocking. He's gifted that frag. Caliber's hoping to try and equalize the scoreline as a kill onto Larson and a follow-up onto Iceberg provide a lot of space for Fate, but with kills found elsewhere by Norton, it will quickly be plucked away by Caliber, who's just on a bit of a tear right now. 4 kills for him already in the round. He's looking to try and find an ace. With Remoy, the last player alive for the Singularity side, Caliber, he'll seal it off. Ace for him. He gets it done. And it's Fate who secure the pistol round on Train here. It is the Fate map pick. They'll be hoping to start off strong here. And it will be Inferno as the second map. Mirage Decider if needed. For Fate. Obviously, T-side of Train. It's not as T-sided as it once used to be. Or not as CT-sided, rather, as it once used to be. It used to be very, very heavily CT-sided. Nowadays, it's swung a lot more even. It's sort of more in line with what the other maps sort of bring to the table. But it used to be pretty common to see 12 free halves on the CT side. Obviously, picking up the pistol on the T side could win or lose your games. An SMF Scout might be able to win this round for Singularity. He's taken off an opening kill. Rocking has hit the deck, and Iceberg, he needs to try and avoid the fire at his feet. He's trying to find more damage from on top of the green Train. He's done a little bit of Deagle damage, and there's a couple more kills coming through for Singularity. They might just answer back against Fate here. With Caliber and Nikki, the last two alive, the Mac 10 does do damage and secure a kill, but it's the first one that Fate have found in this round. It's just him and Caliber. They're very split. Remoy, he might be able to find a kill as well up towards the office, and he does get it done with the CZ. Now leaves it all up towards Caliber, the last man alive. SMF looking to finish it off. And Singularity, a pretty clean round all in all there as well. They even salvaged an AK, a Mac 10 and a Galil off the ground. With 4 players alive. That is very nicely done for the Singularity side, and that'll cut Fate's early game pretty short here. But Fate, they'll try and respond in kind. Deagles to come through for them. 3 Deagles, in fact, a couple P250s, a few sets of armor, but a pretty healthy amount of utility considering the weaponry they have, so they've set themselves up for potential for a bomb plant towards that B side. It is a very easy site, probably one of the easiest to get that bomb plant on. Remoy, he'll spot out players towards that B ramp. Utility from Singularity will keep Fate at bay for the time being. Looks like with just under a minute on the clock, they will have another look towards B here. And with utility used by Singularity, there's not all too much to hold them back. I mean, Remoy still has a smoke. Flashbang and a nade for him alongside that Mac 10, which might be able to churn up some of these lesser armored players. Rocking's going to be having a little bit of a peek from heaven, but the main push is going to be coming out of that ramp. And Remoy, he's caught looking the wrong way. SMF, he does at least trade out the frag. Patrick he'll be able to get the bomb planted. But a 4-on-4, the bomb plant is good, and that's exactly what Fate had in mind. Get that opening pit, get that bomb planted, and now you just try and do as much damage as you can on this post-plant situation. But that might be difficult with the kills chiming in for Singularity. It's just a bit of a clean-up detail for Singularity as the last player falls. It is going to be second on the board, and just that one kill found onto Remoy from Fate. It's the bomb plant that really matters to them. That's the extra $800 per player coming in. It's not going to be enough for a full buy, but it could certainly give you a couple bits of extra weaponry in this round, which they do elect to go for. The Deagle's coming through for a few of these players. But so far outside of that pistol round, 2 kills found for Fate. And just remember as well that Fate won that pistol round based off a caliber ace. He picked up all 5 of those kills in the pistol. Those are the 5 kills he has in this game so far. I mean, it's still early days, obviously plenty of time for the rest of these players to start picking it up. But with Larson hitting shots like that, Rafdu isn't going to get much chance to try and pick it up, as he's had his head clipped clean off. An opening kill once again for Singularity. Fate's Deagle, though. He can still be deadly, and Patrick shows us exactly why with a quick kill onto SMF. He's evened the tide. It should still be Singularity able to clean up the round with a kill coming through as well. Just to bring it back into that Singularity favor. Patrick, he is not done with this. He has found another kill. Again, though, Singularity, they are managing the situation. 3 players alive. Probably the minimum you'd want in a round like this. That at least keeps the economy stable as the bomb tries to get in towards that A site. Patrick's just a diversion, but the bomb has been halted. And with Patrick dealt with, now the rotations can come through towards that A site. And Caliber, he is not ready for Larson's peak. He's caught in the open. Singularity, they do find themselves up onto a 3rd. Now, finally, we have the guns out for both teams. It's Larson actually upgrading himself into the AWP, a weapon that the Fate side aren't going to have at their disposal this time, but it's quick towards the A side. They're going to try and make up for that fact, and Rocking with a quick double will be able to open up that A site. Iceberg is trying to fight for his life here, the last player towards his A site, but he's found a triple, and now he's even the scoreline against Fate in this round. Could find even more as he dances around the smokes. There's a 4th. Caliber, the last player alive, and this hit that was looking so strong for Fate. Now rests with the man who wastes the pistol round. He at least deals with the man with the cold heart. Iceberg taken down and left all up towards Remoy. A 1v1, but Caliber, he has an idea of where Remoy might be coming from. The timing just eluding him ever so slightly on Remoy. The bomb is dropped out in the open, so Caliber's going to have to push for that one. Of course, he has a minute to play for. Both these players just hoping the other one's going to make a mistake, give themselves up. Caliber, he's inching forward, hoping that he finds the shot, but Remoy up on top of the train. Well, Caliber predicts it. Not a chance. A Singularity, they'll tip their hats to Iceberg, who found 4 kills, 4 miracle kills towards that A site as the rest of the defense crumbled. It is Singularity keeping their noses in front. Keep that all up for Larson as well. I think a rebuy. I'm not sure they were able to find the AWP at the end of the last round as Caliber gets dunked on. 19 HP left for him, but he might still be able to find damage with that weapon. Iceberg, you went for an up-close fight, and the Deagle wins it out. And that Molotov as well, just forcing Notton back a little bit. Caliber's going to try and exploit the ground he's gotten, and with that M4 salvage as well, can definitely find more damage. But, of course, it's Deagles all around them. The M4 now being dropped into Nicky's hands. A player with full HP might be able to utilize that weapon better. It looks like they'll try and shimmy their way over towards that B site. Singularity actually reading this one pretty well. They've got 3 players positioned to defend this site. Remoy has support from the rest of his teammates, and he will be the one that finds the openings. Nothing there to support, and quick as you like. The round is shut down. The pile of corpses towards the ramp from Notton's exploits there. But it is 5 on the board for Singularity. A rebuy coming through from Fate. They'll go for the 5 AKs again, but no AWP for them is a little bit worrying early on. Train is such an AWP-heavy map. You really want to be getting that AWP, even on the T side. You want to be getting that AWP out soon so you can start to work for those opening picks, start to play down those train lanes. Because there's so much you can do, especially, well, even more so on the CT side, but it's still prevalent on the T side in being able to maneuver yourself and get those frags. As Remoy, he shows us how to get frags with the AK over at ramp. It's a 2-man opening, and Singularity looking super slick right now. On this CT side of Train, Rocking's gun barrel sticks out, and that's an easy pickup for Iceberg. And with Larson and Notton as well finding frags, it quickly comes to a 6th for the Danes as Fate, the only round they've found so far has been the pistol, which was instantly replied back by Singularity. The only reason they found the pistol, I'm sorry to say, it was because of Caliber's heroics. Hope for Fate's sake, though, that it can start putting a few more rounds up on this T side. Otherwise, things start to get very out of control when you head over to that second half. And this is obviously a pause for Fate. Going to use this time just to decide what the best course of action is. We'll go for a bit of a min buy. They're leaving a bit of cash in reserve for that next round. Obviously, with max loss bonus, they'll be able to buy up with what they've got left. And they managed to scrounge up a Mac 10, a few Deagles, a Tech 9. Walls that B site yet again at the Fate side look. 2 players in defense. They're actually going to rotate SMF over as well as the utility starts raining through, and he's able to pick up an open frag, looking for a little bit more. Even while blinded, he gets 2 kills. Remoy, he's there as well. And 1 player's worked out through heaven. That's Rocking, who somehow is able to get the kill onto Remoy. It looked like he should have Remoy dead to rights there, shooting him from the side. Misses a couple shots. Does put Remoy low, but Singularity make it through the round without dropping a single player, and it's 7 on the board. It's looking like they'll be securing themselves the halftime lead in just a moment. As Fate, again, no AWP. 4 AKs, a Galil, for Patrick only. He brought up a little bit more than the rest of his team in that previous round, and it shows there. Obviously, going for the Galil, he gets a pretty decent utility through, though, which is obviously nice, but for Fate, nothing seems to be working right now for them. They need something to change up the pace and to change up what's going wrong here. Right now, these B-site hits just really not hitting the mark whatsoever. Remoy is doing a great job of trying to deny them early control and then just allowing these rotations to come in from the rest of his team, and they're just shutting Fate down as they push forward. No real utility to try and hold them back. This time, they do go for the utility. Deep smokes. SMFE at least finds 1 before the trades come through. Remoy, he'll stand his ground and hold Fate into a 1-man disadvantage, but the bomb planted. Patrick's going to try and work forwards, and he's going to upgrade his Galil out of that AK surely as he takes down Remoy. He'll actually push further, hope to find more damage before switching over to that better weapon. He might actually find Larson as the smoke fades, and he's got such a sick position now with Notton the last player alive, a 1v2 for him. He could find Patrick behind. That would give him a lot of opportunities, but right now such a difficult position even with this kit. And with rocking towards heaven, that's a shot you won't be missing. As Fate, they finally get a gun round on the board. You can see the utility towards a B-site, much more effective that time. Locked in those 2 B-site defenders. SMF and Remoy, they were forced to take the fight, while the rest of the team's Singularity side couldn't provide assistance, which is what has been really, really useful to the Team Singularity defense on that B site. It's the fact that players like SMF and Larson were able to rotate in and provide great sort of overwatch for the player inside of that site, as well as Notton as well, in fact. But Fate, they cut that off. A smoke towards connector, a couple of smokes deep down the lanes towards deep bomb site. And Fate, they finally get a second on the board. Long overdue, though. For Singularity, they have plenty of cash still to buy up in this one, and they do so. Larson with the AWP. Again, Fate, they're not going to have that weapon, but Larson, he's actually gone aggressive in front of the Molotov, and that might catch one of these Fate players off guard. The second Molotov comes through, and Larson, he peeks with it and gets himself a frag. Caliber hits the deck, and Larson is able to escape as well. With just 11 HP, but still, it's a man advantage for the Singularity side. Fate, what do you do from here? Because they don't really have themselves looking towards that B site for this round. They're actually going to shimmy their way over towards the A side of the map. Hope to pick up around that way. Now Fate, just under 50 seconds on the clock. They'll utilize their utility towards his ace side. It's going to be rocking rings swinging in from the Ivy position a little bit late, but with the rest of his teammates going down, he's going to have to do some serious work. It's him and Nikki in a 2-on-4, and with 30 seconds on the clock, there's rocking with one. Finds Iceberg looking the other way. As Rocking, he slides through that smoke, but the timer is running very, very slim. The bomb rotated all the way round through long. It's now over at Ivory as well. He finds another kill. Oh, and a third. This could fall apart for Singularity still, as it's just Remoy alone, but he deals the killing blow onto Remoy, and now we'll find Nikki as well. He'll deny Fate a third. Find an 8 for Singularity, and I think Remoy, what's he looking for here? Guess little bits of utility maybe. He has salvaged the AWP. But Singularity do guarantee themselves a lead for half time. And Rocking made that one dangerous. Finding 3 kills there. Can't tidy up the round though. And for Fate, they will have to make do with 2 for now. And the bomb plant obviously allows them the extra $800. So they did pretty well to get to that situation from a 2-on-4. AKs, but Singularity, they've shimmied their way into a double-up setup. Notton taking a lot of damage from the utility. The Molotov burning him down, but look at Remoy's aggression. He might catch out Patrick, and he does, despite Patrick actually getting the initial shots off first. And with SMF on that secondary AWP, Nikki has fallen by the wayside. It's now all up towards the last 3 players for Fate. They've done decent damage, or very good damage, in fact, to a couple of those Singularity players, and Rocking will actually finish off Notton. He was left with 20 HP, as is Remoy. With SMF watching towards the back Ivy position, or at least he was. Kings found the perfect timing to slide his way around and actually catch off SMF towards the site. Nice kill for him. He's been a big old pain for the Singularity side. Bit of a thorn in their backside. But Larson exterminates him and now leaves it all up towards Caliber. A 1v3. And as the smoke fades, Larson plucks him off. So it is going to be 9 for Singularity. They're looking at a pretty strong double-digit scoreline here. Bear in mind as well, this is Fate's map pick. They picked Train, and right now it's not looking too good for the Fate side, who right now sit 0-6 in Esea Premier. Singularity sitting a couple of spots above them, 1-4 for them. Obviously, game in hand as well to Singularity, as it's just SMGs, a few pistols, hoping to make an aggressive inroad towards Ivy and towards the A site, but with a bit of a gap in the smoke, SMF, he can knock down 2. bit of damage has been done, though, and Nikki will add upon that with 2 kills on the Tech 9, just running and gunning, catching these low HP players out off guard. He actually has a very, very good chance at winning this one. It's Remoy left again in a clutch. 1v1. He's sit over by E-Box. The Guardian towards A site. Usually his domain is B. And that's where Nicky's actually heading. Through CT spawn, he'll try and push, just clearing out all these angles. He'll use up a lot of time. I'm not sure if Remoy's going to start to get a little bit anxious after a lot of waiting and not hearing anything. Does have a little bit of a peek. Hope to find some sort of intel, but right now, nothing found apart from the fact that Nicky is not anywhere near this A site right now. In fact, Nicky could actually wrap back towards the A site through connector. He might be trying to outplay himself here, though, Nicky. But no, he'll just check connector, pull away, and we'll actually go for the bomb plant towards this B site. But Remoy will surely start to think he has edged himself over towards that pop dog position. He has a slightly closer rotation. Maybe Nicky will read. I mean, he's working his way up towards heaven, but Remoy coming through these brown halls. Nicky might just get the crossfire angle on him, and he will. Easy kill for him, and it does secure Fate a third. A 1v3, actually, for Nicky there. And he may not have many kills. That is half of his kills there in that 1v3. But certainly winning a round is very nice for Fate. And it does limit what Singularity can get done in this first half. Fate, they could still look at maybe a 9-6 half here. Singularity will be hoping they can maybe get 10 or 11 from this half, seeing how things have gone. And for Fate, the best thing about this right now is that it's limited Singularity in this next round. They've had to expend all their economy now with these sort of back and forth rounds that have been going on. And as well, the clutches that Singularity have been finding in the rounds they've won recently. It certainly put strain on the economy. You can see Larson, he does have the AWP, but there's only 2 M4s on the field for the Singularity side. It's an MP9 and a FAMAS to support those rifles. And very, very limited utility as of right now. But still, guns can still do damage. Larson, he might get caught out, though. That's a perfect find for Nicky on that AWP. Catches Larson. And that's a big avenue that Fate can exploit now. If they want to wrap towards B, maybe crunch towards that A site. Wait and see. There's a double peek from the B players, both Remoy and SMF. They do find Patrick, and that's a very nice find to get. It does even the score up a little bit into that even 4-on-4, but Fate, they have so much map control. You can see they've already got a player in towards connector. Iceberg, he has no idea. He might get caught out by Rafdu, peeking out from the main position. And Caliber, just dropping in towards Pop Dog there. Looked like he hadn't even hit the ground before he fired off the bullet to kill Knotted. Only SMF left. Fate, they are going to pick up a 4th. Singularity, a bit of a weird setup there towards the A site. Once that Ivy control was gone, once Larson was gone, Fate could just walk anywhere they wanted, essentially, as long as it wasn't over towards E-Box. Or Pot Dog. It was like... Yeah, there was a lot of pressure put on Larson with that AWP, and peeking into the angle against the AWP, but didn't work out for him. As Fate, they're starting to find a bit of footing now in this game, and if they could get up to 6 rounds here, that would be very, very nice. They'll certainly find 5 against these USPs, but a couple Zeuses from Singularity might just hurt the pride a little bit of Fate if they get caught by one of them. I'll have to wait and see as Notton. He had a little bit of a peek up the ladder. Couldn't find the kill. Rafdu almost caught out by the USP, dropping back down, though. push for a kill or two. And there's the 2. Lots of presence in towards main. It does result in a kill. Well, in 2 kills, in fact, going Singularity's way as Remo eats that nade. He's down to just 12 HP. Larson can find more damage though with the AKs. He finds Patrick a little bit overzealous in that fight. Larson could yet still find more, but with Nicky holding it a little bit tighter, we'll get caught. Remo's been able to salvage the AK that was dropped, and he's going to try and go for the flank onto these Fate players, but Nicky seems to have a pretty good idea of what's going on here, holding back towards T-Spawn from main. Remo needs to be careful he doesn't get caught off by Nicky, and he probably is here with only 12 points of health, and actually scooting his way out towards long. Not even looking the right way, so it is Fate to a 5th, but an awkward round for them. Obviously, I don't think it's going to matter too much as we get into the final round of the half. Money, not really an issue for them. But it is Singularity doing decent damage towards the Fate side there. 3 kills found. They will get themselves a full by themselves. It is 4 and 4's last with the glass cannon AWP. Electing to go for that AWP with no armor. No utility either. He's expended all of his cash on that AWP. Well, the rest of the team, they have limited utility as well. Right now, with a minute 30 on the clock, there's 2 smokes and a flashbang that Singularity could use. They are going to have to rely a lot on their individual skill to try and win this round out. As Fate, they have so much to utilize themselves. They can just exploit a lot of this map control. Two players out towards Ivy right now for Fate. The rest of them look to regroup towards Team Main. It looks like it is going to be a crunch towards A. And with Larson again picked off over towards Ivy, rocking the one to do it this time. He's unable to find anything for Singularity here. I just hope he can get going on the CT side of Iceberg. It's a bit of a spray through the smoke. A little bit of damage done towards Rocking, but nothing substantial than Raptor. He's going to be able to double up the advantage for the Fate side. Rocking, he's creating a lot of space towards Ivy as well, and the rest of these players, they're going to start barreling out of main. There's a player close by, Notton, who's going to get caught out, and it leaves it all up towards 2. SMF and Remoy in towards the site. Their time is numbered as they will both meet their untimely fate. So Fate, they do find themselves 6 on the board in that T side. Impressive considering the fact that Singularity seem to have it on lock early game. We'll see if they'll be able to carry that momentum into the second half. Certainly looking more favourable now for Fate than it was before. With this, so I mean the T side 6 rounds. It's not horrible. It's not that bad. Just that the single. I mean Fate, they won the pistol round. Let's be honest. They won the pistol round, so obviously you'd expect a little bit more off the back of that. But yeah, 6 as just a number isn't too bad if they can get their CT side going pretty sharp this year. But we do just wait for the second half to go live, and we'll be able to jump into that. That pistol round. I think for Singularity, they find the pistol round here and able to get the conversions. There's definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely just going to be a very, very tough first map for Fate. And considering this is their map pick, Singularity putting up a good showing here is going to make them a little bit worried regardless of the outcome of this map. It's still going to be feeling like Fate are going to have their work cut out for them on Inferno. Excuse me. But, I mean, yeah. They are not very good at Inferno, let's be honest. They don't have a great record on it. I mean, in Singularity, they haven't played many maps on it in general. But certainly seem to be a little bit more ready for it. And with Mirage as the decider, I mean, that could swing either way, honestly. Both teams having sort of mixed results on that map, neither really too good. It's going to be just a battle of who's better on the day, I think. Who's able to make less mistakes, perhaps. But for sure, Singularity will be a bit buoyed by the first half there. As this is a good chance for a second win in Esea Prem. We do get ourselves into this second half, and recently we've seen a lot of Singularity, specifically Norton and SMF having some massive impact in pistol rounds. We'll see if they can do some of the same here. SMF will have the P250, a smoke, a flashbang for him. Larson will be running a couple flashbangs and a smoke while the rest of them run Kevlar. Patrick, he'll just have a kit and the smoke. Pretty standard for CT side to at least have one kit as SMF. Looking like he wanted to go aggressive out of main. He certainly is now with the flashbang assistance from his teammate. And he's able to quickly tap away a couple quick kills there. Overafter and Nicky hit the depth sharpish, and that leaves the Fate side at a 2-on-4. Rocking does actually win it out against Larson there, but tagged down 30 HP. Left in an awkward position where these Glocks could definitely kill him by 1,000 paper cuts. And as Rocking takes the peak, he's looking for a fight. His teammate, though, has been completely blindsided. And Norton, exactly as I prophesized, both SMF and Norton, they have a stellar pistol round there. All 5 kills between the two of them. And Singularity, they find double digits, which definitely is not the look Fate wanted. But we saw in the first half, the CT side was able to find that that follow-up round, that force buy in the second to reply back. We'll see if Fate can do the same here. They've gone for a double scout setup, 3 Deagles, and I mean, on trade, I think one of the few maps you can really run a double scout setup on the force buy, with it being such a sort of long angle heavy map. It can work out. You can do decent damage, and we're Norton on 3 HP, Iceberg on just under 70. There's damage done to Singularity, but at least the opening kill for the Danes does at least just give them a bit more wiggle room. And Larson's looking to create even more of that with a second kill to his name now, looking for the third. Will collect, and that Mac 10's farming up a little bit of cash. Cash Money Gang. There's Caliber and Nicky, the last 2 alive, but Fate, they will be hearing all those steps going over towards that B site. Caliber hoping to find Larson. Quick shot will connect. And he does get the kill, but the only kill found for Fate, rather, in this round. He might just have to try and save this scout. It's a 1-on-4 bomb planted towards B, and he's locked in towards Ivy. He might just be able to stay alive with this scout. We'll wait and see. I don't think Singularity are looking to push him too hard here. Obviously, making the round the biggest priority. Showing that he's not going to slip by the net and himself a cheeky bomb plant. But maybe Remoy can catch him out. Nope, Caliber has domed him, so fair enough. The scout does pick up a second kill, and I mean only 3 players for Singularity survive, but that's still enough to keep a stable economy, especially with the amount of kills Larson was getting on that Mac 10. Free for him. That's $600 per kill compared to the $300 you get for a rifle. So $1,800 farmed for him. That more than paid for the Mac 10. was an attempt there, a chance for Nicky to find a kill on that P250, a player looking the other way. Somehow Patrick found one on the USP. Caliber on another with the scout. Damage being done by Fate here, and Larson, he's going to get picked off as well, so it's now just a 2v3, and Fate, they have a very real chance of winning this round if they can collect a couple weapons, which I'm not sure they will be able to find more than that Galil that was left on the ground. Well, Caliber picked off. He's at least gotten the shot with that scout as well. SMF left on 5 HP. Pistol could finish him off. The timer ticking down. I think Fate, they're mostly just looking right now without the kit to try and instill a bit more damage into this Team Singularity economy. And there's another kill found. That's the SMF low. It's just Iceberg left in the 1v2. But it'd have to be a 10-second defuse. With rocking the last player alive, there's just no chance of that happening. As Iceberg, he does pick up the last 2 kills. It will be a 12 for Singularity, but an expensive 12 at that. There's 4 players, they go down. The bomb plant will obviously help out with the economy a little bit more for the Team Singularity side. But, yeah, exactly what they wanted coming into this second half Singularity. Fate now set at a 6-round disadvantage, and Caliber on this AWP hoping to find something early on for Fate. But Larson will have the ult for the Singularity side. And he's hoping it to do exactly the same, and he's the one who actually collects. Patrick, brought towards Ivy, having a little bit of a jiggle peek. He gets punished for that. So Fate down a man early, and with Nicky on just a FAMAS. Obviously not ideal. Still definitely a viable weapon, but gonna be fast in towards this B site. Rocking, he has a position up towards heaven. That might be pretty strong here. He's gonna make his presence known and actually not collect anything as Notton takes him down. That could have been so much for Rocking if he just bided his time. Iceberg, he's trying to cut off the rotations out of the site as they try and save. And he does find Nicky looking for more, but Caliber on the ult will keep himself alive for a little bit longer. As they're going to try and get away. Caliber's actually going to divert his movement over towards main. A little bit unpredictable, perhaps. He'll rejoin with his teammate as they try and hold on to these last 2 weapons. As Singularity, they'll find a 13th. So it's going to be now a 7-round deficit for Fate to try and overcome. And the loss bonus is stacking up for them. On that Fate side, 3,400 coming into their accounts have reached that max loss bonus. It's going to be, it's not going to be a full buy. I mean, Caliber and Raftu, they can drop a player each. It would leave one player with maybe just an SMG or a FAMAS if they choose to go for a little bit less utility. But I think the better option here is probably just to take a bit of a min buy, get a few pistols, maybe a couple SMGs on those extra players, and try and fight from there. Try and hope the AWP and the M4 can do damage, and maybe you get a weapon picked up onto one of your other players. Just keep your economy in a strong place. Don't throw it away with a full force buy here, which it looks like they are going to go for exactly what I suggested. It's a couple of Deagles, a CZ brought up around those saved weapons. So they'll just try and inflict damage. Maybe save a couple weapons into the next round as well. But it's surely going to be Team Singularity to a 14. Nicky actually finding the opening kill. Instantly traded by Larson, though. So the gun can't be collected as of yet. I mean, Singularity aren't going to stick around to try and ensure that nobody is going to collect it from Fate. But Patrick, he could scooch himself in a little bit closer and try and pick up that weapon if he wanted to. The Singularity there, they are more focused on the round than trying to deny Fate these weapons. Rocking can find something towards Long. It does quite decent damage towards Iceberg. Death to the Deagle. Rocking, he collects one. Caliber with another on that AWP. This round falling apart, and Fate might just find themselves a 7th off the limited weaponry that they had. And with Raftu coming in from behind on that M4, they're either going to die to Caliber or get caught from behind. SMF 2 quick kills for him, but surely has no chance of finding Raftu, and he will get caught. It is a 7th for Fate off the back of limited weaponry there, so they keep themselves in this game a little bit longer. Not going to be easy, though, to keep this, keep momentum up and try and build on this. Team Singularity, they have cash to rebuy. They won't have the AWP. Actually, they will. They actually got the AWP up. Remoy was able to drop that over, so fair play. It's a very strong buy here. Missing a little bit of utility, though, for a few of those players. But the 4 AKs in the AWP are enough, and they're going to go very aggressive as SMF picks up a very, very sharp opening kill. Raftu caught completely blinded up. I think they found an opening towards A, but they aren't going to commit. Play towards Pop Dog and 2 more towards A. Leaves just 1 in defense of that B site, and SMF. Patrick has been completely dumbfounded by that one. Rocky is able to put up a single kill in defense of that B site. Nicky will chime in with another, finally takes care of SMF, but it's the advantage for the T side as they look to cut short Fate in this first map. It's Caliber and Nicky double AWPs, hoping to retake the B side. It's possible, but is it necessarily probable? As Remoy is hearing a lot of these steps. This Molotov, is it going to force Remoy out? I don't think so. He's safe behind oil still. Nicky's actually going to be pushing forward for this, and he's going to get caught off by Remoy. So that's the AWP drop, and I don't know, was that really worth it? Caliber at least trades the kill, but he's then found by Remoy as well, completely blinded up by that flashbang. And Singularity, they find a 14th. I don't think it's worth it there. The time is so far gone on that bomb that the double up retake in towards B, there's just no way that's going to work against the 3 players who already have post-plant positions. It's, yeah, that was not the play I'd gone for. I would have much rather carried these double AWPs into the next round. And with the opening kill going Singularity's way as well, it could be 15 on the board pretty soon. Oh, he spots out Raftu. He actually gets baited into throwing the Molotov, though. And the kills start coming in for Fate, at least to bring things into a 3-on-3. But Caliber, he will not stop just yet. Not until he has that advantage. And it is going to be that 3-on-2 for the Fate side. Larson and Remoy, the last 2 alive. There's a bit of utility to be utilized. Larson, he spots out one, hoping for the fight. His teammate, oh, he heard the drop. Remoy somehow didn't. Now he's Larson all on his lonesome. 1 versus 3, and Fate, they actually are gonna find another round, but a trickling in rounds like this is not gonna do it for Fate. With Singularity so close to 15, so close to closing this game out, you need to be finding some real shutdown rounds, making sure you suffocate Singularity in their economy, which they can do now. Singularity, they've used up all of their cash in that previous round, and they don't have enough for a full buy in this one or the next if they eco. So they'll go for the force buy now. Eco next. That could be Fate up to 10 then. So double digits potentially on the card if they can lock down these 2 low buy rounds from Singularity. Singularity will just be hoping they can find a couple kills, perhaps. I mean, Fate, their economy isn't too great either. You can see, I mean, Patrick is, Rocking is the only real player with any cash behind him that would be useful in a rebuy, and Patrick might actually get caught out here, but that flashbang is good, and it's going to be an absolute slaughter. Just a single flashbang to find 4 kills. It's Singularity now. Just Larson, who's quickly picked up by Caliber, and it was looking like there was potential for Singularity there, but that flashbang completely derails everything for fully blinded players from Singularity, and there's just no way you can do anything in that situation. Singularity. They won't make it to 15 just yet. Take the full eco now, and I mean, SMF, he has a bit of extra cash, so I assume he'll probably drop an AWP over to Larson. But Caliber is really hitting his stride with this AWP, and this is why I hope that they'd be able to bring out the AWP on that T side sooner. It's why I kept bringing it up when they just had those rifle rounds. It seemed like such a mistake. I mean, they did eventually bring an AWP up for Nikki a couple rounds, and I'm not sure why they didn't have it on Caliber. That's part of their game plan, but I just think that Caliber is such a strong AWPer. It makes sense for him to be wielding the AWP. He finds a kill in this round. He has opened it up, but it is just against the pistols, and it should be 10 on the board for Fate. Oh, well. Yeah, there wasn't really much you could do there if you Singularity. All in all, that was yeah, that's what you call a massacre. Into the jaws of death, I suppose. But now for Singularity to do have themselves the full buy through is what the E-code for, and it is going to be Larson dropped over that AWP. 4 AKs to support. Not much utility for Singularity, though. There could still be a round on the cards for Fate, but that previous round, keeping 5 players alive, and as well as a round before that as well, does give them a lot of cash to work with, and Larson, he isn't going to allow Caliber any further part in this round. A quick kill towards Heaven. Oh, Remoy! He actually gets caught with his pants down, but somehow pulls them back off and turns to face his assailant. Rocking falls. He can't find the kill. He's had a couple blunders like that this game. A couple kills that really should have gone his way. Maybe not game-winning or round-changing kills, but certainly kills that should have been added onto his stats, and instead, he's been caught out for it. So 2-man advantage for Singularity. Surely no way Fate can fight back in this one. Patrick with just a FAMAS as well. Not the best weapon you'd want. They've got a couple flashbangs. A smoke for Nikki to work with. Well, Singularity, they're not much better off. They have a smoke, a molly, and a flashbang. It looks like they'll head in towards that B site, which is, as of right now, currently vacated. Singularity, they did obviously pick off the 2 B players. Caliber and Rocking for this round. They'll now head in towards the site. And I wonder if Fate maybe just... I feel like if you Fate, you have to go for the retake attempt here. You've got nothing to lose. You've got enough cash for the next round buy if you need it, which they probably will do. And with only one more round needed for Singularity after this, I mean, money isn't an issue for you. Nikki drops, though. The amount of players you have alive are. It's all up to Rafdu, who did find a single kill onto Larson. But Iceberg is already trying to flank around the back line to cut off his escape route, but SMF will deal the blow toward the B site instead. And, yeah, I mean, with Fate, you may as well give that a go. You get a couple kills in that situation, courtesy of Rafdu. I guess that's okay, but really you needed that round. There wasn't any reason not to try it, considering you get yourself the full buy up this round again. You get everything you need for this round. And, yeah, it is the last chance saloon, but... so if Singularity win another round, it doesn't really matter if you've not got any economy left. It is all about picking up the rounds now for Fate. So they need to try and find 5 in a row to force this to an OT. Remember as well, this is the pick of Fate. They chose this map, and right now, Singularity, they look to try and take it away from them and try to secure themselves that 1-0 lead in this series before we head over to Inferno. That Fate, they do struggle on. They've not had great results on it, and it could easily be a 2-0 win for Singularity here if they do pick up the train, which is looks like they're on course to do so, but obviously Fate, they're not down and out just yet. chance for Larson. He almost picks off Rocking, who has to back away, gives a lot of space towards his B site, and actually, Larson, all on his lonesome with his AWP, is pulling a lot of rotations. That flashbang actually catches Larson a little bit. He's looking towards Connector to try and find a pick. Instead, it's Rocking who catches him from the side, and now Fate, they surely realize that it is going to be a hit towards that A site as the Team Singularity players, they come swarming in. Fate, they don't have the best positions to deny this take of the site. They're hemmed in towards the bomb site itself, and Raftu, he's caught towards the site. It's an even 4-on-4 now as Iceberg actually going to provide cover to his teammate as well. Him and Nossen, they combine for the kill onto Nikki. And Iceberg, he's just going to go off on one. 3 kills for him. He's completely swung this round back into the favor of Team Singularity. Rocking through the smoke, the man who opened up the round for Fate. He's caught off. And Singularity, they find 16 and take away the map pick of Fate. They secure themselves the lead for the series, 16-10. In this first map, and we will be heading over to Inferno shortly, so stick around for that one and see if Fate can take us to a decider of Mirage, or whether Singularity might pick this one up in 2 and secure themselves a second win of this season. But Fate, they're still trying to find their first win, and it's not looking good to do so today. But wait and see. You never know. Things can change.